Alright, welcome on back, folks, to some more Steelrising. Picking up where we left off, right where we defeated the treasure. We have some dialogue.
What did you see and hear before you regained consciousness?
I had frightful visions, rageful wraiths filled with pain and sorrow. And it was cold enough to curdle the blood. It's impossible to describe. All the rage and anger. I was in another body, I think. So big, so powerful. And there was this commanding voice, ordering me to spread terror and death. Did I really hear it? Or did I momentarily lose my mind?
Who are you, monsieur?
Don't you know? I'm Jacques Nacon, Ministre des Finances. Well, I was before I was captured. But this situation suggests that the king has decided to dismiss me from his service.
What does he accuse you of?
My alleged connivance with the Third Estate, no doubt. And, most of all, for having been the first to ask to convene the Estates General.
How and when were you captured?
When the machines attacked, my wife and I fled our home to hide not far from there, in the Église Sainte-Marie. But we didn't stand a chance against the machines. They overran the nave, wantonly mowing down the faithful. My wife, my poor wife, she wasn't able to escape. I'm sadly convinced of this. As for me, my life was spared only so I could be tormented. What is the meaning of all this?
What will you do now?
There is no future for me in this kingdom. I need to find a safe place where I can prepare for my departure as soon as possible.
I will take you to the Cordelier convent. You will be safe there.
Alright. Hopefully, we were supposed to do that and not let him escape. But it's hard saying. We've got our little band of merry men.
She's back. Aegis, what a joy and relief to see you again.
Monsieur.
Welcome to our stronghold. I'm sure that everyone here is aware of the great debt we all owe you. As you can see, the most exhausted among us are growing stronger,
while the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
I did not expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, the representatives of the Third Estate gathered in a tennis court. They swore not to separate until they had established a constitution for the nation. But that was not the only oath we swore. All the honorable men who were at Versailles, representatives and patriots, members of the Club Breton, secretly swore to meet here if they were dispersed.
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing, we still have hope.
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations bring me to Paris. No other retreat inspires such peace and contemplation. Et puis, truth be told, this building has always felt like a fortress to me. Just look at how thick these walls are.
For 2 whole days, the patriots in the quarter consolidated the outer walls to make it an impenetrable citadel. No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
Where are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded in their quarters, praying for the salvation of the people of Paris. However, we bear no illusions. We are weak, we are divided.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelier convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
We must speak, you and I, in private, if you please. Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
What do you mean? You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre, a labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and find him. Monsieur Necker.
I owe you my life, madame. So I am embarrassed to ask you for anything more.
Do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. I cannot bring myself to accept her death. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. I need to be sure. Mon Dieu, what have I done to deserve such a fate? Why has the king sworn to destroy me? And all that I hold dear, after everything I've done for him, my abnegation.
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. Well, my life and my fortune as well. I refuse to accept any remuneration for my services in order to keep the accounts balanced. And I personally fill the king's coffers with 2.5 million livres from my own private accounts, bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire d'affaires in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation 100 times over. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madame. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any chance of opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that safe is said to be impenetrable. It was designed precisely to that effect. I personally never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the honest minister that I always was.
Who has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
Anyone else?
How could I know? His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, there's a rumor that has been going round Versailles for a while now. It's said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and go as he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him. I will look into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
Where should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides. We were separated in the Église Sainte-Marie, on Rue de Bourgogne.
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
Okay. So, I think we just got a bunch of side quests. Yeah, look at that.
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, damn it.
Bien. Do you come bearing news from Monsieur Marat?
No, not yet.
I have it on good authority that he is in the quarries in Montmartre. He's the only person who could show you a way to reach the Bastille. Don't forget.
Is your plan to arm the populace going as planned?
Oh, far from it, madame. The situation is hopeless. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions, the Patriots would not be able to fight.
Why is that?
Most of the strategic points in the city are inaccessible. A strange illness strikes all who try. They are seized by an irrational fear, one so great that those who do not lose consciousness go mad or perish on the spot. This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an uprising is a fool's errand.
The locations you mention share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the sacred fire.
Une lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars that are found near some cemeteries. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over darkness, perhaps? Others claim that human bones, mercury and lime, were burnt there. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented souls that wandered around the burial grounds.
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I am now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast into purgatory, and that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in motion without needing a key to wind them.
Pater noster qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows me to repair myself.
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as damage them.
Come now, no metal is indestructible. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could find a way to destroy them.
Take a look at this ledger, Monsieur Lavoisier. It contains a list of metals. I found it by the factories, near Vaucanson's workshop.
Let's see. Steel, molybdenum, very good. Tiens, donc, tungsten and zirconium. This master blacksmith knows his trade. These metals can be used to make the strongest alloy imaginable, as long as you have a fortune to invest.
For that, our clockwork tyrant knows no bounds.
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier, is there any way to break this alloy?
Break it? Certainly not. But a mineral acid could change its structure. Melt it, perhaps. I would recommend sulfuric acid, or vitriol, if you prefer to use its common name.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at l'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur Bailly. He uses similar substances in his research.
Okay, I have a feeling like we're just about to get like a shit ton of side quests. Okay, let's start. Guess here and move our way back.
Monsieur le Marquis,
I'm listening, Aegis.
I went to the meeting point you indicated. I had an unexpected encounter there.
Get to the facts. Who did you meet there?
Madame de Polignac, the Queen's favorite. She made no secret of her reason for being in that desolate place. So now I know all about the precious cargo that is the cause of your great concern.
Seigneur. The children. What happened? Tell me that nothing bad has happened to them.
That remains to be determined. One thing is certain. Charlotte and the young Dauphin are missing. The evidence points to an ambush by the Duc d'Orléans' men. They apparently attacked the wagon the children were hiding in.
How the hell did they know?
This ambush could not have taken place without an accomplice. You were betrayed.
A plague on Orléans and his damned informants. They have taken the children.
That still remains to be seen. It seems that the Duke's men were interrupted while carrying out their task. 3 of them lost their lives. A 4th was able to escape.
Excellent. I bet it was my hussars who sent the vermin running. But why the hell haven't they reported to me yet?
Only they could tell you that.
Would you be so kind as to go and find them? The lives of these poor children hang in the balance. My hussars are stationed at Les Invalides. That's from where they were to set off for Gros Caillou.
Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis.
Okay, now...
Monsieur Necker,
Madame? Eh bien, do you come?
I'm not done.
Don't give up. Remember, that's in the faubourgs. As for the bonds...
Aegis, A
I'm gonna
word,
kind of
s'il vous
skip
plaît.
through a lot of this stuff.
Aegis, I'd like to... Do you have a few moments?
Certainly, mon père.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who caught... I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe I have discovered how the royal automat, like clocks that never need winding, they get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Is there any way to stop the blood?
I believe there is always hope, as long as I remain free to pursue my research. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes. All of this is clear.
The alchemist.
Precisely, mon ami.
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died nearly 4 centuries ago?
Not him, per se. Rather, the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave danger.
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time since then. Only our Father in heaven knows what they've been doing there.
Oh dear.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has...
What is the lapis philosophorum, mon père?
that no one knows its true nature. All that is known is that it is said to... Its very existence is questioned. Just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might...
Where is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensure, but now they're no longer there. We need to know.
But how?
Aegis,
Oui, mon père.
will you help us get to the...
Did you not say that it was impossible?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitence door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year, I had the honor and good fortune. Here is the key.
Goodbye, mon père.
Okay, enter Nicholas Flamel's crypt.
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very pleased. It was very unwise of us to leave the Société without such a capable... It is a miracle that we got here.
What do you want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac, Aegis?
No, monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hôtel de Massiac, just west of Les Halles. It counts some of the wealthiest plantation owners in the... Those from Saint-Domingue and the Petite... They are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade going. And they worship nothing but money. They're Greek. Regrettably, 2 months ago, I was in Le Havre to settle some business when I overheard a conversation between two planters from Bastère. If they are to be believed, the Club de Massiac is des esclaves sans sommeil. It's hard to say what this could possibly, but I fear they plan to administer some foul drug to... Our organization will not let these poor souls... Aegis, we must look into this.
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes...
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre?
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your
I fight every minute of every day to improve their condition. No one...
If that's the case, then why wait? You preach abolition, yet you continue to line your pockets at their expense. The truth is, you refuse to upend the established colonial order because your entire...
It's easy to criticize from atop Mount Olympus, Maximilian. You know nothing of the realities. What would happen to all these people if I freed them tomorrow? Without an education, without a life, I would be condemning them to the most abject misery. No. I must act with...
Any reform, revolutionary or not, must be taken step...
This reform is not so difficult. I've begun it myself. At there you will not find slaves, but workers who earn a weekly wage. And my...
Ah, yes, profit. Because... Monsieur, calm yourselves. I implore you. Now is no time. What Monsieur Raymond has related to us is extremely... We must find out more about this plot to create sleepless slaves as... Aegis, you are the only one who's...
Okay, even more, huh? Oh man, there's a bunch of people here. I don't know who I'm talking to.
Monsieur Bailly.
I am very pleased.
I found a document written in a script that I was unable to read.
Let me see. Ah, Chevaux. A variation on Taylor's system, no doubt.
I want to...
What does it say?
It's a bit difficult. Je crois. I believe the author writes that the subject died from a large dose of prussic acid.
What is prussic acid?
My apologies, Aegis, but I'm no chem. You should ask Monsieur Lavoisier.
Would you happen to know where I could find some
Sulfuric acid? Of course. Combined with sea salt and green copperas, we use it, but I don't know how much we have. You would need to go to the Louvre and take a look at the observatory storeroom to find...
If you will allow me.
Of course, madame.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye, Monsieur B.
Okay, holy shit. Okay, who do I need to talk to? Love use. Where are you at?
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you?
What is prussic acid?
It's a
What does it do?
Oh, it's a lethal poison. Although at weaker dose.
A deadly poison?
Aegis?
How do you intend to counter?
Unfortunately, we don't have the... I am convinced that something is afoot.
You have my full attention.
You should know that I am a gun. As such, I oversee the provision of gunpowder for the past 2 days. A large quantity of gunpowder. It's in a warehouse, but the men I sent to take... Do you realize what...
The gunpowder could have fallen into...
It's possible. One thing is certain. It's whether it is still in the warehouse or has... Then, if possible, we must neutralize...
How?
Simply by placing... Nothing could be easier in...
Flood the gunpowder. We're in the most desperate of situations, and you want to deprive us of... What will our cannons use?
Your army, Marquis, is presently but a figment of your imagination.
I see. So you're one of those men who would...
I will go to the warehouse. Once I have located the powder, I will decide what to do with it. Where can I obtain...
I can't... You should ask. He uses...
Okay.
Goodbye, Monsieur...
Okay, this is crazy. Okay. A lot of side quests. A lot of side quests. Alright. Let's get out of here. What? I guess he was like the only one I didn't,
Minister Nacon claims that you were a
talk to.
familiar face at the...
That old story. Will it hound me until I have drawn my... This, madame, is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying in vain to dispel. To what do I owe the...
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the king's chambers.
What lock could resist your...
Minister Nacon said it was indestructible.
Well, let me think. After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple... Nothing that can resist the expertise of our dear Monsieur Bailly. Why don't you ask him for help?
I'll be sure to do so.
Now, who else might... Oh, there's Monsieur Lap. I'm sure he'll have no trouble finding...
Good.
Now, if you'll forgive me...
You are forgiven.
In that case...
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you?
I would like to access the Dare I ask for your help?
And how can I...
I need gunpowder to...
Gunpowder? But I don't have a speck of... Do you think I just walk around...
Oh.
Mirabeau? What is this ridiculousness? Where is the animal?
He has left.
Eh bien. If I could inspect the safe and determine what metal was used, but given the circumstances,
I understand. I did not find...
Vraiment?
It's near Les Invalides.
Goodbye,
How was your search at the Vaucanson's home?
I found this penknife there. I saw Mademoiselle de Vaux. This letter refers to a hiding...
I know the place. One day, Eugène and I were walking in the Luxembourg Gardens when suddenly it was a startling, almost... The spot is on the edge of the garden, hidden by vegetation between two statues.
I'm looking for a way to force a lock that is supposed to be unbreakable. Monsieur de Mirabeau advised me to ask you for help.
But I'm an astronomer, mon enfant, not a... I know my way around lenses, filters, racks and tripods. But I've never given a moment's thought. Monsieur de Mirabeau, où est-il, ce brave homme? So that...
He has left. A matter that could...
Excuse me? Do you mean he left the convent? That's madness. What was so important that he would put it...
Intriguing indeed.
Huh, alright. Just make sure I can... Good to leave. With these findings to the Queen. What is this about? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have a lot of side quests that we're gonna be going through and tackling. See if we can upgrade anything. We need bronze ingot. 2 bronze ingots and a bismuth block to get fire and ice to level 5. Ooh, grade 3 rapid cooling. Let's just go through and buy a bunch of that. Grade 3 rapid cooling. I don't know if I want it. It was critical repair. Oh shoot, yeah. I think we're just gonna wrap up here. There's a bunch of dialogue, but I guess we're gonna... Yeah, probably this next episode we'll go through and... Oh man. Do a bunch of side quests. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will catch you in the next one.